enabling sustainable lifestyles through new business models. Achieving the vision of living well within the limits of our planet requires a fundamental transition in our socio-technical systems. This includes new business models that meet societal needs in an essentially sustainable way. Instead of primarily aiming at product output maximization and economic value generation, these models focus on offering environmental and social values. Throughout the value chain, in production, use, and end-of-life stage, there are numerous opportunities to drive innovation towards more sustainable living. Some of them are closer to the producer of a good or service. Some are closer to the consumer. Let's take a look at 6 of the most relevant and innovative value-creating business models. This model is based on product design. It reduces the environmental impact through smart choice of materials, upgrading and recycling, and more efficient use. This can be done by creating more sustainable designs from scratch or by redesigning existing products. For instance, this is already realized in the clothing sector by companies designing garments with single fiber types. Thereby, closed-loop recycling becomes much easier. Designing products that minimize environmental impacts across the entire life cycle requires streamlining the communication amongst different actors in the value chain. Service and function-based offerings allow to create value by providing customers with a mix of products and services. The ownership of the physical product stays with the provider, who rents it out. Maintenance, repair, and end-of-life services are offered to the customer as lower-impact services. In the mobility sector, for example, some car brands have established partnerships with building complexes. These allow tenants to access cars which are maintained by a local car dealer, fueled and washed by local fuel stations. Key players in this model are service providers and consumers, as the underlying idea is that a product's value lies in its utilization. A consumer becoming a producer is reflected by the prosumer business model. In this way, value is created through localized production and the immediate delivery of services and products. Consumers can become co-producers of electricity. For example, by using solar panels on their roofs, with the energy directly used by the producer or distributed via smart grids. Prosumerism is facilitated through the collaboration of traditional producers and consumers, enabling the latter to offer their self-produced goods and services. Choice influencing is a business model that engages with consumers. It offers better choices of eco and socio-efficient products and services and helps consumers to make more sustainable choices that fit their lifestyles and budgets. This can be done either by steering consumers into making certain product choices or by removing less sustainable products from the shelves. Choice influencing already happens on a large scale in the food sector. Some supermarket chains support their customers making more efficient choices by offering a large variety of organic and fair trade products in their stores. Choice influencing is mainly implemented by retailers, but also producers are becoming more and more engaged in this transition process. Nowadays, new technologies and websites allow easy peer-to-peer transactions in the case of collaborative consumption. The concept is based on sharing, swapping, trading, or renting access as opposed to ownership. Consumers do not necessarily have to buy products. Instead, products can be shared among users. Repair tools, bike sharing, and book swapping are just a few examples of how to use goods more efficiently. In the building sector, for example, online platforms now provide office spaces that can be shared between flexible professionals. A legal framework that is supportive of such forms of consumption is key to success. Let's not forget one thing: we all produce waste. Considering and using waste as a resource reduces pressure on natural resources and helps saving costs. Strategies for repairing disposed products and reusing or recycling their parts are needed once products reach the end of their functional life. In the electronics sector, for example, several companies collect their old mobile phones to reuse the components. This way, millions of phones have already been saved from ending up in landfills. To effectively apply the concept of waste as a resource, it is necessary to bring together expertise and insights from different stages of a product lifecycle and set up a multi-stakeholder process. So these are only a few innovative business models that have the potential to make a difference and support sustainable living. The successful scaling up of these innovations requires multi-stakeholder approaches, which go well beyond businesses and consumers. Let's make it happen.